Hi Leo, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your September 2024 tarot reading. Thank you to those of you who like, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, source what we have in front of us, the Celtic crossbread as always, and I also pulled 4 agreements and wisdom oracle card for you guys. Before we actually start the reading off, I roll those astrology guys we have in front of us to get an idea of where your focus should be as far as that goes. Right, so we have Pisces, and as far as Pisces energies, we have Neptune and Saturn, both retrograde in Pisces right now, and in the month of September, there's actually going to be a full moon eclipse in Pisces, and Pisces for you guys is your 8th house of death, rebirth, intimacy, and investments. Speaking of which, we also have 8th house coming up in your dice here too, so yeah, that looks like a lot of that Pisces energy will be coming through for you guys this month. And we have the moon. So yeah, once again, I already mentioned the full moon, that we're going to have the full moon eclipse in Pisces. But before that, there's going to be a new moon as well in Virgo. And that is your 2nd house of possession, self-worth, and finances. And then at the time of recording this, we're actually about to have that full moon in Aquarius, which is your 7th house of partnerships, contracts, and relationships. So yeah, definitely makes sense to see this come up as prominent for you guys too. Alright, so we'll keep all that in mind as we go through the main spread. In the main situation position, we have the Devil, Capricorn energy, and challenging that, we have the 4 of Cups, which is Cancer energy. So yeah, the way I'm seeing this for a lot of you could just be saying that there's a connection that you might be attached to that feels like a very karmic connection, and the challenge is you might feel like it's just not emotionally fulfilling to you. So of course, with that wording, the first way it comes across will be as more of a romantic connection. But for some of you, given that Capricorn energy is very much a work energy too, could also just be saying that maybe within the workplace you might be feeling that way as well. You know, it's where it's like on the one hand you feel like you can't separate from the connection, but at the same time you feel like it's just not fulfilling you emotionally at this time. All right. In the foundation position, we have the 7 of Wands. So this is actually a Leo card. So it could just be saying that you guys might be feeling overwhelmed at this time too. So even if not as a direct result of that connection, right? So for example, to say, if this was a romantic connection, right? Maybe you have so many other things going on in other areas of your life to where you might be like, well, it'd be nice to feel supported by your romantic partner, but you might feel like that's lacking, right? Or again, if this is just strictly like, let's say, a work dynamic, right? Could this be one of those things where you might feel like there's more and more demands placed on you, but you're not being given back more in return for that. All right, in the past position, we have the 2 of Swords, so Libra energy here. So yeah, to me, this says that you've been thinking about it for a while and maybe trying to figure out what the best way would be to communicate that you're feeling this way. But at least it looks like to this point you've held back on doing so. But yeah, because again, I feel like it's because you're really trying to figure out the best way to say it that wouldn't ruffle feathers as much. All right, in the present position, we have the 5 of Pentacles. So this is Taurus energy here, and it's often referred to as being left out in the cold energy, right? But what always stands out to me with the artwork is that we do see that the 2 people are still together, right? So it doesn't necessarily mean someone abandoning a connection, but it could just be saying that this is the state of the connection, right? Where you feel like you're both going through some rough energy. So that's the tricky part with this scenario too, right? Could just be saying that maybe the other person also isn't going through an ideal time in the connection, but clearly it's not working for you either. So that's how it could be playing out. And of course, given that this is a career house for you guys, the Taurus energy could be again pointing to that for some of you, this might not be a romantic connection. It could be more of a work dynamic for some of you. But either way, I feel like the energy is still the same, where you feel like, you feel like you can't pull away from it, but at the same time, it doesn't feel fulfilling. Right, in the near future position, we have the Page of Swords. So yeah, if we look at the artwork here, looks like, especially if you put this back in the spread, we see they're looking right toward that Devil energy. So yeah, to me this says that you're more than likely going to come forward in the near future and communicate that you are feeling this way. Um, Now, to be fair, I will say, like I said, we're just about to have that full moon in Aquarius. That's going to be intense energy there. And we still have Mercury retrograde in your sign at the time recording this too, right? So yeah, I would say you'd probably be right if you felt like right now wouldn't be the best time to come forward and communicate it. But maybe as we get a little bit later into around mid-September, then that might be a better time to come forward and communicate these concerns. Especially if this is a more recent thing too, right? Because it could just be as simple as saying that the retrograde, especially given that it's in your sign, could just be weighing a little bit more heavily than usual. And with a little bit of time, this issue might seem to resolve itself. But yeah, if this has been something that you've been feeling long before the retrograde too, then it might just need to be something that needs to be addressed. But the message would probably be received better if you let that retrograde energy fade a little bit. All right. In the position of your influence in a situation, we have the Four of Wands. So yeah, at the very least, this shows me that you are showing up and doing your fair share in the situation, and this is ultimately the goal that you have, right? Where you want to feel that energy of luck, growth, expansion within the situation. So definitely seems like a positive energy there for sure. And this is Aries energy, which is ninth house for you guys. So we could just be saying that this is the ideal vision you have for the situation too. All right, in the environment position, we have the Six of Wands. So this is actually a Leo energy here. So for some, you just could just be saying this is the energy that you're in, right? Where you feel like you're feeling victorious around a situation. And I do have to say, given the current state of things, that seems less likely, right? So maybe that could shift once you do communicate in the future. But another way this could be playing out could just be saying that this might be the other person's energy, right? Which is to say that, yeah, they might actually feel great around the connection, right? Because again, let's say if you are giving, if you are doing a majority of the giving in the connection and they're just receiving, right? Then yeah, it might be easy for them to think, oh, everything's fine, right? There's nothing for them to look at unless it's brought to their attention. So that could be what the struggle is for some of you. All right, in the hopes or fears position, we have the Knight of Swords. So yeah, Gemini energy here. And again, like I said, to me, this makes it seem like it's saying ultimately you are hoping to communicate to this person, let them know how you're feeling around the situation, right? But again, like I said, it seems like the timing isn't ideal right now, so maybe that's why you've been holding back a little bit. All right, in the outcome position, we have the Ace of Wands. So yeah, to me, this is a good indicator that says that an idea will come to you on how you can best handle the situation. So maybe that's the benefit of a little bit of time passing too, right? So not just about, oh, the communication might not be received ideally if you were to speak during the retrograde, right? But it could also just be saying with a little bit more time passing, you might get an epiphany on, okay, now I figured out the best way to approach this because it looks like you have been trying to think of that in the past as far as what would be the best way to do so. That could be a win-win. Right, bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Cups. So yeah, it definitely looks like there's some disappointment there, right? Maybe feeling like, for example, maybe you might feel like some of the fun within the connection has faded a little bit, right? So again, if it's a romantic connection or even within your workplace, right? Maybe you used to enjoy going to work, but now as things have changed, right, you might feel like the joy is gone from that too. So that could be what you've been looking at lately. All right, from the Four Agreements deck, we have Don't Make Assumptions, and it says Relinquish the need to change others. All right, trying to get everything in frame there. There we go. It says real love is accepting other people the way they are without trying to change them. If we try to change them, this means that we don't really like them. It is easier to find someone who is ready the way you want him or her to be instead of trying to change that person. So yeah, interesting message there, right? Because it doesn't seem like you're coming across with a pushy energy at all. In fact, like I said, it seems like you've been trying to hold back and figure out, okay, what's the best way to bring this up, right? That would be an ideal way for both parties involved. But yeah, Could just be saying in that regard, though, that maybe you need to really look and say, okay, well, is it really that, you do want to have this discussion, or is there maybe a bigger issue at play, which is to say that maybe there's just a bigger lack of compatibility that maybe wasn't in your awareness initially, but now it might be coming more to the forefront. All right. And from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck, we have Milk and Honey. There's the artwork, and the number is 51. So we'll see what this has to say. Seems positive. Seeing the rainbow makes you think of, after a storm, right? So maybe this is saying that, yeah, maybe you can ultimately get things back on track, and maybe it, again, was more so retrograde, making things seem a little worse, but we'll see what it says in the book. All right, essential meanings says the taste of prosperity, opportunities born of authenticity, nurturing abundance, trusting that your needs will be met. The Oracle's message: you've entered a sweet time in your life, enjoying the land of milk and honey that everyone wants to experience. It's an interlude that feels more languid than ambitious, when all your senses are awake to the unlimited possibilities in the universe. These times are precious and only come when you're in the authentic zone, wearing the world as a loose garment, not wanting, yet able to be nourished in ways both tangible and subtle. Abundance is an energy that you are a living part of. All your needs are being met. You are given the gift of nourishment in every form. So yeah, definitely a positive message there. I do have to say, just given the overall theme of the message, of the spread, rather, it doesn't seem like you're there right now with that energy. So at the very least, maybe this is pointing to down the line, once you do communicate, you might be able to reach that point. All right, the relationship message says sensuality, connection, and passionate romance between lovers. Sweet moments of understanding and love among friends and family are all here for you to savor now. Your heart's calling will be answered. Let your thoughts and feelings be sweet with gratitude, and they will be nourished with the honey of abundance. So yeah, again, like I said, it seems like that's an energy that we're not really seeing coming through right now in the current moment. But to be fair, there are some energies here, right? Your energy, the environment's energy, that can say that maybe that can come out. So yeah, like I said, for some of you, could just be as simple as maybe this retrograde energy is roughing you guys up a little bit, given that it is in your sign. And as we progress to September, that energy might start to lift. All right, the prosperity message says there is only one authentic you. This version of yourself is Spirit's emissary in the world. When you're in alignment with the truth that you are a unique expression of the divine, your ego can rest and your soul can illuminate your purpose. Now is the time when you're seeking your true north. When you find this direction, you automatically step into prosperity, and the world brings you evidence of abundance. Miracles are a choice and a way of seeing the world. With every choice you make right now, you have the potential to seize good fortune and embrace your destiny. Opportunities will lead you to your best life now. Be open to them. You're getting a sweet taste of what you want. So yeah, once again, like I said, the main spread doesn't seem to point to that being the current energy that you guys are feeling, but again, it seems to at least be pointing to that says, yeah, once you let this energy clear out a little bit as we progress through September, that does seem like it's going to be more at play for you guys, and then that could even be what that Ace of Wands energy is pointing to in the outcome, saying that you almost get that clean slate and a fresh start. All right, so hopefully that resonated for you guys. I'll wrap up there, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.